Considering updating your workflow? With so many changes to the way content gets acquired, delivered, and maintained, modernizing your environment now makes a lot of sense. Let's take a look back how file-based XAN environments have evolved, and at a few different workflow facilities deployed today, and how they can be easily and efficiently modernized with StoreNext. Most post and broadcast facilities started with a very basic XAN deployment. But as business demands grew and changed over time, so did the deployments, and not always in a good way. With ad hoc growth and many challenges, not to mention a mix of new and aging components, growth well beyond the original specifications, and in some cases, capabilities, of products, it became much harder to manage, much harder to optimize. With never-ending production demand, long-term content value increasing, deadlines shrinking, and competition growing, more was added to the workflow. These continuing updates met the needs of an HD workflow, at least for a time. Can you keep up with the significant changes coming? Can you do it as efficiently as components age, high resolution, HDR, and greater over-the-top content are becoming the norm? It's time to modernize your workflow. Quantum has a number of great ways to meet current and future needs without sacrificing your current investment in XAN. With powerful collaboration, end-to-end intelligent storage, and pay-as-you-go cloud archive. Whether you're upgrading your existing workflow, standing up a new facility, or just adding high-resolution capabilities, Quantum has the right tools. It all starts with the StoreNext 5, the modern open platform for collaboration, enabling complete end-to-end workflow. Built on this powerful platform are solutions developed with cooperation from our partners. These are best-of-breed tools. With Quantum StoreNext, you have choices when it comes to refreshing your XAN. StoreNext is the only 100% XAN-compatible collaborative shared storage solution, allowing you to quickly and easily migrate from XAN to StoreNext. Users don't have to change the way they work. No changes, no interruptions, no productivity losses or retraining. Whether it's a complete update including MDCs, storage, archive, even cloud archive, or just a refresh, StoreNext 5 makes it easy. Let's look at a few examples of how easy it is to modernize your workflow to greatly improve efficiency, handle high-res content, improve monetization capabilities, and ensure greater predictability.
I'm Matt Geller with Metamedia Creative Technologies, and this is migrating from XAN to StoreNext in 90 seconds. StoreNext and XAN are 100% compatible file system technologies, so we can leverage this similarity with migration using one of two techniques. If the storage chassis in your XAN are relatively young, 2 years or younger, then you'll probably want to leverage that ROI and convert the XAN volume to a StoreNext file system. In this case, you'll want to look at Quantum M-Series appliances, a pair of metadata controllers that surround an array of disk storage for the file system metadata. My favorite is the M445D, which has speedy SSD for the metadata. This, with the fantastic performance improvements in StoreNext 5, assure a very satisfying experience for the facility. The two surgical parts of this technique are transferring the XAN volume configuration files to the M-Appliance controllers and then consolidating and transferring the metadata logical unit from the XAN storage to the M-Appliance disk array. Our only gotcha during the migrations of this kind are ensuring that the multipathing configurations on the M-Series appliances have been modified to allow for your existing storage vendor. The second and much simpler technique is to buy an entire solution from Quantum, M-Appliance disk, and even their AEL tape storage libraries, and copy the data from the old XAN volume to the new StoreNext file system. Using this technique, you simply mount both the XAN volume and the new StoreNext file system on a few of your client machines, and use the multi-threaded copy command called CVCP to copy the data. The advantage here is that you'll reconsolidate files and eliminate any fragmentation that existed on the old XAN volume. It'll take a while to copy all the data, but if you dedicate enough clients to the process and ensure you're doing multi-threaded copying, it goes fast, just like these 90 seconds. Thanks for listening.
As Matt mentioned, while it's always better to upgrade your environment at once, with StoreNext, you can upgrade your workflow as needed, adding power and capabilities as needs and budget require. And remember, StoreNext 5 is open and optimized to work with many great partners. Speaking of great partners, CatDV has a great solution to address another concern that many people have in modernizing their workflow: how to maintain their assets with metadata in a transition from Final Cut Server to CatDV, and at the same time create a powerful archive. Two solutions make this very easy. Here's Ken Bell from CatDV to show how it's done.
With CatDV, it's easy to ingest media from existing Xsan Final Cut Server environments. Here, we're importing existing Xsan media with CatDV, and then building proxies as we move them to a new StoreNext environment. And now that we've migrated our Final Cut Server assets, we can archive them or pull them back from an archive at any time, either manually or by policy. Best of all, as you can see, CatDV can ingest the files and preserve the same metadata and folder structures as the original, helping ease workflow migration. Thank you for looking at CatDV.
That is pretty easy. The second example of moving from Final Cut Server in a refreshed Xsan environment is Contemo. Contemo has made the transition for Final Cut Server simple. With the integration of StoreNext 5 managing and archiving your assets, it's a snap.
I'm Matt Geller with Metamedia Creative Technologies. If you're a current Xsan user, have moved, or are considering moving to StoreNext, you may also be thinking of how to handle an aging Final Cut Server. So this is migrating from Final Cut Server to Contemo Portal in 90 seconds. Regardless of how you feel about FCS and Apple's sudden axing of the product 4 years ago, it does provide a rather painless migration process to other asset management solutions. Here at Metamedia, we champion Contemo Portal due to these 4 major features: a well-documented and versatile REST API, its generous format and XML support. The whole thing takes place in a completely customizable web UI. It runs in Linux, no hardware dead ends, and it's ready for the cloud. Oh, and Contemo is a Swedish company, and I think their accents are adorable. Wait, that was 5. Whatever, moving on. Step 1 is to get all of the metadata morsels out of the Final Cut Server. To do that, head to our friends at moosystems.com. They have an absolutely free FCS exporter tool. Download it, copy it to the FCS, double-click it, leave it alone for the weekend. When you come back on Monday, you'll have a well-articulated folder structure full of gorgeous XML goodness. Then, after you've configured your Contemo portal, of course attached to your amazing StoreNext file system, you then purchase the CP migration tool from Moo Systems, and it takes all of that lovely XML from the exporter and automatically creates all the metadata fields, replicates all the assets, preserves relationships from Final Cut Pro project files and Final Cut Server productions. It even reuses FCS proxies and thumbnails. And for those of you who used Moo Systems to integrate FCS with ArchiWare P5, all your archived assets will become archived items in Portal with the same ability to restore as before. So after you're done with the fine folks here at Quantum, go visit our buds at Contemo, located at SL14811, and ArchiWare at SL15113. You might even catch Andre from Moo Systems there. We've migrated dozens of Final Cut servers to Contemo Portal with simply delighted customers as a result. Thanks for listening.
As you can see, refreshing your Xsan environment has never been easier. With StoreNext 5, you can unleash your creative vision. If you don't have an Xsan workflow or StoreNext workflow yet, you may still be able to modernize and improve the efficiency of your workflow using the new Artico Intelligent Archive appliance from Quantum. With Artico, companies using NAS-based production storage can now get the benefits of StoreNext optimized content management in the cloud, object storage, and tape-based archive. Artico is powered by StoreNext 5 and includes Quantum's powerful policy-driven storage manager and provides a simple NAS presentation which offers broadcast and post-production facilities a flexible, low-cost entry point for establishing media archives. Artico Archive can scale to petabytes of content across Quantum's Lattice Extended Online, Scalar Tape, and QCloud archive storage. Best of all, when Artico is used in combination with any StoreNext qualified media asset management system, Artico can move files seamlessly from online NAS storage to longer-term archive with no user intervention while maintaining full access to the files. That's Artico, the intelligent archive appliance for NAS-based production workflows. It's just another way Quantum helps you create your very best work.